Hello everybody! So I just watched the New York Times event with Meghan and Melody Hobson and it was amazing! Nothing fills my soul like people who know how to tackle difficult conversations with nuance and articulate them with strong talking points, and that is exactly what we got. So I guess I hadn't looked into the event deeper, but I didn't know that Meghan would actually be there in person. I thought it would be a 100% virtual event, but Meghan was in a studio with a really good interviewer, Andrew Ross Sorkin, editor-at-large and columnist and founder at Deal Book at the New York Times, and kudos to him for very smart and intellectual questions and keeping the conversation and flow going. Meghan really knows how to handle her own in an environment like this, and she's able to answer questions with clarity, facts and stats, and is all around just an excellent speaker. I feel like we know this by now, but there's not been many situations like this where she's sat down with a very inquisitive interviewer who has asked her very sharp and fast questions. But she is definitely in her element in environments like this. This is what we missed when she was a working royal. They did not want this version of Meghan to shine, and we are finally getting to see it in full force. So the talk focused on how women can reach economic and professional parity. Can I just say this about the glorious Melanie Hobson? I've known of Melanie for some time, and if you're a black woman who hangs around swirling interracial dating circles online, she has been an it girl in our squad for some time, but I've never actually heard her talk. And I wondered what she would be like in person. And she just sounds like an absolute joy, someone who knows her business, knows how to handle herself. And so you can see why Mr. Lucas, Mr. Star Wars himself, was so attracted to her. So one of the things that came up earlier in the conversation was, how do women in business find balance in a leadership role? Melody actually said that the first thing a lot of people say to her when they meet her is, "I didn't expect you to be so nice." And that is the burden that we as women have to face when we're in business, especially corporate circles. The assumption that we're too heavy-handed, despite the fact that when it's a man, that attribute is often seen as good in a leader, and the burden deepens when you're a woman of colour. Meghan also spoke about the way clickbait culture encourages hate for profit, and how both creators and watchers can get stuck in a vicious cycle. And there are many creators out there who we know are making six figures, whether it's bashing Meghan or stirring hate in other ways. What bugs me out the most about a lot of these hate-filled creators is what narcissistic characters they are. If you're somebody who has a very balanced mind, your third eye is open, you are not going to be attracted to these types of characters. And I'm not just talking about the Meghan haters. It's very disturbing that often the more extreme and outlandish somebody is on the internet, the more views and attention they get, even if they're not speaking anything of any truth. You have YouTube personalities, online personalities who have literally been caught in abuse scandals, whose behavior is trashy and quite frankly just demonic, and they have some of the largest followings. I don't know what it is, but it seems like the masses of the sheeple are just attracted to these personalities and their content. And if we're going to have this huge discussion about mental health, we need to have this discussion as well. Why is it that so many people are attracted to these characters? Because we have very young and impressionable people getting sucked into this, and it's troubling and at times dangerous. And Meghan actually said at one point that people are, and I quote, being conditioned to be cruel. And this is so true. Meghan was like a light worker speaking to me when she said this, because it's something that I have picked up on quite a lot. This increase in narcissistic behavior and a decrease in empathy and compassion for others. And this conditioning starts online, but it moves into the real world. So this is not just about hater comments or hater channels online. It's about how that culture is affecting all of us. And the interviewer asked if she was feeling better in regards to her mental health, and she said yes with a big smile. Her skin and makeup looked gorgeous as usual, by the way. The camera was super HD, none of that Zoom call nonsense, so you could really see her glow. She also stated that employees of Archewell get 20 weeks parental leave, which is fantastic, setting a great example. But the part that surprised me a little was the interviewer asked about the Daily Mail court case. The Fail have appealed the decision, and he did actually bring this up. Now, I was aware that the Fail were trying to appeal certain terms of the agreement, most notably the apology, because Meghan had wanted a front page apology with the same size font as the original headline, not some little paragraph on page 33. As far as I'm concerned, the apology should be as big as the disrespect. But these fools are out here trying to appeal the whole darn thing. When, if you remember, the judge in that case pretty much said in fancy British legal terms that the whole thing was a waste of his time and everybody's time. That is the hill that the Daily Fail and their lies want to die on. So I'll put the video in the description box as soon as it is available so you can watch the whole interview. It was very insightful. Those of you who watched it, or once you do watch it, please let me know what you thought. And I will see you in the next video. The review of Harry's Rewired event is coming right up next. See you in the next one. Ciao!